Hi, my name is Monique T. Sam, and this is my hot button behavior plan and discussion. Here are my code of ethics. 1, I will provide a safe, healthy, and nurturing environment that children can thrive in. 2, I will advocate on behalf of all children and their families in my program to support them with any services both within my program as well as outside resources in order to strengthen the child and family. 3, I will not discriminate against any child or family through any means or exclude them from programs or activities based on any type of discrimination, whether it be disadvantages or advantages. Every child and family shall be treated fairly. 4, I will protect and inform authorities and or parents if a child has been placed in any circumstance that may cause any harm to the child's health, safety, or well-being. 5, I will make all efforts and attempts to build positive relationships with each child and family. 6, I will welcome and encourage all family participation in my program, as well as learn from families through listening and sharing decision making. 7, I will be respectful, confidential, and non-intrusive of the child and family's rights to privacy. 8, I will provide quality care and education through ongoing training, education, research, and current knowledge of early childhood education practices. Here are my hot buttons. So first, screaming and yelling, which causes me to feel stressed and overwhelmed. And when a child screams, it feels intense and loud and it begins to hurt my head. So I begin to shut down and become a little overwhelmed. And my response to the child would affect the child by showing them that I'm not available for them at that moment while I'm having my shutdown. For the family, it would affect the family because if I don't speak to the family ahead of time, I can lose an opportunity to learn about what can trigger the child to do this or to find ways that could help him work on this behavior. So I'm losing out on building a positive relationship with the family if I'm not communicating with the family or building that relationship. The next hot button is running away from me. So when a child runs away from me, I do become frustrated and I begin to feel like if there's other children present, they're watching and they're learning this behavior as well, and it may encourage the others to follow. So it does frustrate me. If I encourage the child to continue this behavior, then the child will also enjoy that and run after. And if I have to run after or chase him, then it kind of encourages him to continue running, and then the child will lose respect for me and our relationship. With families, they may see me as a teacher who can't handle their child, and this can be a negative relationship as well as a loss of trust and respect. And my next hot button is not listening to me, which causes me to feel upset and insecure. When a child ignores my request, I become upset, but also feel insecure that I am not giving the correct response and look incapable to other adults when the child shows they are not listening with my request. When I do this, the child will see that I am not confident in my words, and the child can see that I have lost my own control and will continue to behave this way. The child will also learn from my behavior to show the same type of behaviors that I'm modeling. If I do not handle this with calmness or discuss this behavior with the family to find the root of the problem, I'm missing an opportunity to build on the relationship with the family and possibly of working together on solutions, which could damage our relationship with the family. So in making a plan, I found this quote which I really liked. Making a plan will help you remain calm when you respond. By being calm, you'll be able to objectively observe the child's behavior and think about what the behavior is communicating. This will help you to respond in a way that is supportive of the child. And I think this is really important when looking ahead and trying to prepare yourself for the classroom and behaviors that you might run into. Before the behavior, think about your plan. So think ahead, just as I stated in the last slide. It's best to communicate often with the child's family so that you're aware of anything that can affect the child's behavior. I think that communication is the biggest key piece here. Also, being aware of situations that may happen through the day that could trigger the child's behavior. I've found situations where children aren't getting enough rest at night, so it is definitely causing poor behavior in the class. Also, responding attentively and helping myself to listen to the child's needs without reacting inappropriately. So stepping back and being able to see what the child needs and help him through that situation. Also, being brief, clear, and direct about my requests will improve the ability of the young child to understand what is expected. So, if I ask them to put away a book, and come to circle, then that is how I need to describe it, and not a long request that the child can't listen to quickly. And during the behavior, this quote I really liked. Nani Lissow and her colleagues suggest that by modeling self-regulation and creating a regulated environment, teachers of young children can better manage the challenges they encounter and at the same time promote healthy development of their children. So this is, modeling that behavior to the children, even if that is to the extent that we're showing our self-regulation, so the child can learn from our modeling. And in that case, I chose to use self-talk to encourage positive results. So, even if it's not out loud, it's in my mind, I can do this, I can get through this moment. Also, stopping and pausing while taking a breath through my nose and out my mouth before responding, so that I can think before speaking or doing an action that might not be a great action to take. Also, supporting the child to calm. So if I need to calm, I'm sure the child needs to be calmed as well. So helping the child to calm at that moment. And think about what could be causing the child's behavior. Just as I mentioned earlier, did they get rest? Did they not eat enough? Did they have a bad morning? There could be plenty of situations to think about. And then after the behavior, this quote I enjoyed: good teachers help themselves by identifying and making the most of the resources that are available. So looking at resources and finding ways to fix the behavior is best. I found that reflecting, looking back at the scenario and thinking about how I reacted and how I could change that, or if there's anything that I can fix. Also checking in with other colleagues or supervisor to discuss and plan the next steps could be supportive. Helping the child in learning the expected behavior. Also working with the family to discuss any special needs or circumstances. And being positive and moving forward. I think we always need to remember that we can fix it and make changes. My reflection through this course, I've realized that I've learned that there are many reasons for behaviors, and we might not know that immediately, but if we dig a little deeper, set expectations early on in the class so that we're aware, so that children are aware of what is expected of them and they can act appropriately. Also creating routines so that children are ready for the next step. Speaking with families about the child early on and building those relationships so that we can have more information to support the child. Also, if there's issues with the child's behavior and it's a common issue, then having that child assessed so that we can rule out any major issues and support that child so that they can succeed in the class. And I feel that I have more tools under my belt now to help support children and families when issues arise. And these are my references. And thank you for watching my slide. Have a good night.